scared me.
Why did it scare you?
That did not feel correct.
'Cause I didn't go hello.
How dare we start an episode without our hello?
Happy hello.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Happy hello.
Happy.
Happy.
That didn't feel right. That gave me
Okay.
the creeps. We
Okay.
better be doing a hello still.
Let's do it again.
Wow.
Let's keep this in here for
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah. You'll get it.
Give
You'll
him,
get
Give
it.
him a weird cold. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it in the voice though. Ready?
Okay. I don't think I want that, but we'll do it
Okay.
anyway.
Ready?
Okay. Hello. You scare the heck out of me sometimes. I hope you know that.
I'm the new host of the Mystery Files.
And the last host of the Mystery Files. Happy. Not me. I'm traumatized by this episode. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Mystery Files.
Logan Lamaster.
Tiffany Walker.
Welcome to the Mystery Files presents
The
Summer Tapes. Bow, bow, bow. Season 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A.
Yes, I used my thumb to count a 3.
I thought
Don't
you were
judge
gonna
me.
make a thumb declare.
I
I
was
declare a
homeschooled.
thumb war. I thought that's what you were doing.
Oh, I love thumb
That's why you're bringing
wars.
up the thumb bit, but that's just because you're crazy.
No, yeah, I just used my thumb. Because I think 3 like this is weird. Like when you put both of them down.
Oh, what kind of lunatic does that? Is 1, 2, 3.
I've seen a lot of people do this. Like
don't
where
like that.
it's like a W for 3. It's like weird.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I do.
It looks like an alien. Like, girl,
Your fingers
use your
aren't
thumb.
straight.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's the natural instinct.
Natural instinct.
And another natural instinct is listening to our podcast.
Thank
Hi,
you.
guys.
Hey, besties.
As we
Yep.
said, this is season 4.
Yes.
We are on to episode 1 now.
We are. Welcome.
We had our longest season of season 7.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in the summertime.
Yay, I'm so excited.
I know, it's going to be such a good season. I'm like excited for everything we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have seen any of our promos,
Yeah.
they've been looking really good. Check them out on the Mystery Files Instagram at the Mystery Files _
Yeah.
Check us out on the TikTok at the Mystery
TikTok.
Files podcast.
And we also just came out with some new merch. We'll be dropping
we
even more
did.
new merch soon, so keep an eye
Yeah.
out for that. But it's on Bonfire. So if you just go to our little link tree, you find it on our Instagram
Yes.
under our little link tree website. You'll find all of those good things there. So we'll have a little merch thing there for you. Click it, and you'll find some cute designs.
It's really cute.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute ones.
You can wear something that isn't our faces and be like,
Yeah.
wow, I can support them without seeing their
Faces. Well, the thing is, I love that
logo's
logo.
great.
I love that logo, but I feel weird wearing my own face on myself. You know, that
Yeah.
just doesn't seem like my vibe.
It's like a vanity project.
Yeah, I'm
We're
like,
not
ew.
there yet.
I'm like, I'm not vanity. I just want mystery.
Yeah.
I want the mystery in the files. That's us. So,
Exactly. No.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna put the bonfire link also in the description of this
Oh,
episode, so it
perfect.
should be easy for you guys to see. And
Yes.
it probably will come up as the Mystery Files podcast.
Yeah.
If you look it up on Bonfire.
I think
I'm
so.
assuming.
We got the campaign up, so go check it out, please.
Please, it helps directly support us as well.
Yeah.
It will help us keep this podcast going for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All the fun software we use to make editing these episodes happen.
Yes, maybe get some new mics eventually. We were having mic issues today,
I was
folks.
breaking the microphone.
Logan was literally breaking the pole from the
I
microphone.
was.
So,
I can't even deny
Yeah,
it.
it was you.
breaking
That's
it.
on recording.
She does look a little bent out of
She-
shape right
a little.
now. But you know,
She's
looks sad.
struggling. She's struggling.
She's going timber.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know timber meant falling for the longest time.
What'd you think it meant?
I was like, why does Kesha keep saying that? But I was like, I didn't know
She's
timber.
just saying it. She's
I'm
made
going
up a
down.
word.
I'm going timber. I didn't know that's what that meant. And I was like, what the heck does? I was like, oh, timber. What the heck does timber mean? Didn't know that's what it meant. Blew my mind. I will say I probably learned that in the last 3 years. That was
Are
a
you serious?
fairly recent thing that I
Who
learned.
told you? Did you just Google timber the one day?
I think someone said it in some sort of conversation, and I was like, what? What did you just say? And
What
they were
do
like,
you mean?
timber. And I'm like Kesha? What do you mean? I did not know.
Like timber.
Like, Kesha, I'm going down. Yeah, so you live and you learn. It's okay, though. We're trying out here. I'm trying.
It's like a synonym for
Kesha?
Kesha.
I didn't know what it meant. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my god,
But
that's
yeah.
so funny.
I know. Welcome to the Mystery Files.
Yep.
Welcome to the summer tapes.
Yeah, would you like to get into this week's episode?
Yeah, I
feel
would
like
love to. I'm a little silly given mood.
Very excited.
Yeah.
But I just want to preface real quick to everybody. I told Tiffany this beforehand. This case was 44 pages, and I cut it down to 20.
Wow.
I didn't think it'd be that long. So it's gonna be a fun ride for everybody.
Ooh, I'm
Are
excited.
you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
This week on The Mystery Files presents the summer tapes, we will be covering the case of The Backroom.
Stop it. I've been wanting to know about these. Oh, I'm so excited.
Really?
You don't even know. Because I love the idea of the little things I've heard. Like, I've heard things here and there, but I want to deep dive. I want to understand what the backrooms are because they sound horrifying.
They are. They're really,
Great.
horrifying.
Yay.
We're going to be covering everything. Like,
Ooh,
the mythology
okay.
behind it, where it came from, all the different types of backrooms, the creatures that are in there, and that's how it was such a long episode, because there's such a large canon that I couldn't even fathom. So
I'm excited.
know.
Yay. Good one.
I've thought about doing it for a while, but I just randomly was like, why don't I just do the backrooms? That'd be so fun. It'd be a good set off to the new season.
Good
Right?
start. 10 out of 10. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to get into my little intro. First, I want to make sure I credit. Most of my information comes from the ghostinmymachine.com, which is just, it was basically like a very in-depth, detailed list of the backrooms. And then I used some Wikipedia, Reddit, Wikia, Wired.com, just a whole bunch of everything.
Nice.
All right, so you are alone and disoriented, waist deep in pool water, wading aimlessly around the interior room with wall-to-wall tile. Your memory evades you. After making your way through a doorway bathed in light, the next room is a pool, and the following room. Crap. Your anxiety is swelling, but you soon find a small ledge to get out of the water. But there's no time to relax. A shiver goes down your spine as you hear a mysterious splash in the distance. While trying to get a clear look, something disappears behind the corner. You continue walking along the ledge, the splashing sound getting closer and closer. A walk turns into a jog, which turns into a sprint. You slip, fall, and hit your head against the wet tile as everything goes black. When you awake to the chlorine stench, it all starts to rush back to your head. You are trying to escape the backrooms.
Ooh.
Da da da.
I love that intro, and that's so stinking creepy.
Right?
Ew, yeah.
It's like weird. Have you seen the pool one before? The pool backroom?
I only ever see the ones with the slides. Like
Really?
The
Oh, I love the slide one.
The indoor playground ones.
Really? Those ones are
But,
cool. I mean,
yeah.
they're terrifying, but they're cool.
Ooh, I don't know the pool one though.
The pool one's weird. Like, it doesn't really, like, because the backrooms have so giant things with it, we can't cover, like, every single room and their mythology inside of it, because the backrooms is
Infinite.
concept of infinity. But the swimming pool ones, like, are, like, you can hear voices of people, like, swimming or, like,
Ew.
being in the pool and stuff, and, like, you just don't see them and stuff like that. It's, like, it can be a really weird
That's
area.
unsettling. That's
Right?
unsettling.
It's so creepy. I was watching so
Ew.
many backrooms videos getting ready for this too. I was watching like animated horror videos that you watch when you're like 10.
Yes, I love that.
It was
oh my
so
gosh.
fun.
Eee.
But yes, what are the backrooms? So we're gonna talk about the backrooms as it relates to the mythos, which is like the mythology of it, and then the actuality of it.
Okay.
Just like what are they in terms of the universe, and what are they in terms of where we are right now,
Ooh, okay.
or where we aren't.
Scandal.
What are the backrooms within the mythos? Exactly what the backrooms are is a difficult question to answer. They are a space that exists outside of reality, and as a result, they do not behave the way we usually expect spaces to behave. They go on forever. They loop, they twist, they turn, they dip, they split. That's not in here.
They did. They split. I was like, okay,
Hair
continue.
flip.
Hair flip in the back rooms.
In the back rooms, they're just like voguing in
Yeah.
the back rooms. The monsters are like, ba ba da ba 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 ba, bring it to the ball. Bring it
That's where they have the confessionals for Drag Race.
in the back rooms. Drag Race is just a hellscape of like back
Yeah.
rooms.
Every season.
Every season. is a different back room.
Stop
That's
it.
why it has a different look to it.
The first season definitely could have been in a back room.
That was in
Couldn't
the
fool me.
basement. That was a
Couldn't fool
studio
me.
basement.
Yeah, RuPaul said back rooms. Back rooms.
She said, "This is cheap on rent this year."
It's actually back RuPaul's Drag Race. Get it?
Oh my god.
Comedy.
But the back rooms also double back on themselves so they can repeat forever. Like
Ooh,
the
okay.
same room over and over again. And they can
Ooh.
also relocate themselves. So you can go through a door and it'll be a whole new room. Or it
Great.
could be the same room. Or it could be both. Or it could, there's just no end to what could happen in there.
I hate that.
They can do all sorts of things that to our minds they should not be able to do. They're said to cover 600 million square miles.
Ooh.
Which I don't even know.
I know, you
what
can't
that
even
could be in.
comprehend that. No, I
Yeah.
don't even know.
What was the catacombs? It was how many miles? Catacombs miles.
My memory.
Paris catacombs.
300 something.
185 miles long.
185. Okay.
Okay, so easy. We just have to figure out what's 600 million divided by
So
185.
just act like multiply the catacombs by 6.
600
And add
million
85.
divided by. I'm typing it out because
You're like, I need to know for myself.
I don't want to get bullied online for this, but I don't know how many zeros.
There's
I'm
10.
assuming
I don't
there's
know.
6.
No, there's probably more than that.
No, that's
No, there's wait,
Okay,
no, look,
hold on.
there's 10 of them, I think.
no. Be for real.
There's got to be 10 of
Okay.
them. I can't count that high. 1, 2, 3.
So it's 324.324.
Infinite. Got it. Understood.
Great.
More than I can count to. Understood.
Perfect.
Great.
Oh,
What?
the next part in the script says. But that might just be an estimate.
Stop it. We didn't even. What was the point? Point was not there.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Throw it out the
so
window.
the closest our human minds can understand how big it is in 600 million miles. So I guess that's just for our brains. But even then,
They act like our brains can casually understand that. I'm
I
like,
don't know how many zeros are in it.
I don't know how long that is. Is that the
Yeah.
U.S.? The distance to the U.S.? I
There's
don't know.
no way.
Couldn't
The
fool
US
me.
is so
I don't know. I see a map and I go, cool.
cool. Nice.
That's miles for sure.
No, literally. I have to look at it like a geography map all the time. I was homeschooled. I don't know much.
You know me.
I don't know much.
I don't know geography or miles.
You learn on the podcast with us. We've established this. That's why I tag our stuff as educational.
It's the education we needed.
Take that, haters.
Haters back off.
No. Hi.
You're
This
welcome.
episode's all over.
I'm excited. I'm thriving.
Hi.
Hi.
We didn't start with the ukulele like we wanted to.
What's the point? What's the point of the summer tapes anymore?
What if we ain't got a ukulele? We doing this?
Why are we doing it?
Yeah, so the measures of length and area, of course, are not necessarily the same as they are in our usual plane of existence, which just means that time can also work differently there. So, shapes, sizes, things, they just don't have the same mass to our eyes that, you would think they would.
Okay.
You know? So it works differently in the back rooms. What seems like an instant can be eternity or vice versa. So you could be in the back rooms for,
Your entire
hundreds
life.
of years. And you come out and it could have been 5 minutes. Or vice versa. 5 minutes in there. All your friends are dead.
Your entire lifespan.
Gone.
You're now 86.
You're 86 now. You're
Walking the
old.
earth.
You walk out of the back rooms and you're just an old person.
Can you imagine you're in the best shape of your life going in there and you're like, wow, I'm so young, I'm so spry. And then
Yeah.
you walk out and you're 85. Good luck, Charlie.
One of those buff dudes is in the back rooms and then he comes out and he's dust.
He's dust.
He's,
he
already
comes out with a
deceased.
cane. He's like the little decrepit fish on
Yeah.
SpongeBob that's in the wheelchair, wants the chocolate. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like those memes that's if you give this person a Sprite, they absolutely would die. If you give this person a McDonald's Sprite, they'd be over.
Oh no,
Have you
it's
never
that
seen
guy.
those?
No, I've never seen those.
There's this one meme of this guy. I know it's fake because it's not true, but there's this meme going around of this very old, decrepit person who they say is 200 years old, and it's
no.
fake. It's not
Yeah.
real. But people on Twitter were quoting it and being if you gave him a McDonald's Sprite, he'd be dead. They'd be dead.
Oh my gosh.
It's
People
not a
are
real person,
brutal.
but it's just like so funny. Like
People are brutal.
that's what would happen here. If I had a McDonald's
Dust.
Sprite in the back rooms,
Dust.
oh,
Dust.
I would survive.
You
I'd be
will
running.
survive. I could see it.
The back rooms often, although not always, look like the worst, most dated office building you've ever seen.
I hate that.
They are comprised primarily of a maze of rooms and hallways, all a vaguely ill-looking shade of yellow,
Ew.
with musty, aging carpeting and a questionable wallpaper choice.
Ooh.
And they are lit by fluorescent lights that continually hum and buzz at an obnoxious level.
I'm not liking that.
My neurodivergent brain couldn't handle that.
Also, I went to the art field for a reason. An office building is already a red flag.
Yeah, if I'm in
No,
there,
no, no.
nope.
No.
I'm just imagining these rooms sound like, you know, like office AC, that big like noise.
Yeah.
That's what you're hearing.
That,
there.
or I imagine like my computer class in high school.
Oh my god.
That's like
yeah.
the exact
Oh,
vibe I'm feeling. Like the most boring room you can think of.
Yeah, like you're in the back of a Office Depot.
Yeah.
Like what goes on back there?
Of sad staples, if you will.
A sad Staples. Sad,
Sad
Staples.
staple. Sad
Come to
staples.
sad Staples.
Why is it so hard to say? Sad,
Sad
staples.
Staples. Sad Staples in the back rooms.
That's essentially this.
That's a theater game. Do that for your kids.
Theater camp.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Anyway, yeah, the rooms and hallways are typically unfurnished, although the odd lonely chair or desk may occasionally appear, but they do not have windows inside these office buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just like doing a little bit of interior design, just throwing a couch here or
Like
there.
a prison cell?
Yeah.
No windows?
Have you seen pictures of like the office building back rooms?
I don't think that specifically, no.
I'm gonna show you one of those. Yeah. This is the main one. Some of these are not the first image, but it's like yellow.
Ooh.
Look at that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
nasty? This is one of the ones people use a lot.
Ew.
Right? Like, why is it carpeted like that? Why does it
I
look like
don't
a
think I've
grandma's
seen that.
wallpaper?
That's uncomfortable.
Really?
The one before looked more familiar, but
Really?
those don't sit right with me.
They're like really weird. Like it's just
Ew.
like it feels almost out of like Everything Everywhere All at Once kind of.
I haven't seen that yet.
Ever?
Not yet.
Dang. Well, they have windows in that, but like it takes place
Just the eeriness of
primarily in the office building an entire time.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of. That's what it's giving for me.
Creepy, creepy.
Yes. So they don't always have windows though, because sometimes the back rooms look like something else. Sometimes they look like industrial. So they can be like made of concrete and like filled with pipes and like condensation. Kind of like your closet over there.
Great. That's
That
like
we saw a rat fall through.
There's not a rat in there. You making up lies. That's a water furnace thing.
Rat got in there earlier, guys.
We did not. We didn't.
Sometimes they can also look entirely different. They can look like an old hotel, a study room, an arcade, a parking lot. It all depends on
Ooh.
who you talk to and who's experienced it.
Okay.
The idea of it being a parking lot's freaky to me because it's open world, but it's like you don't get to leave the open world.
I feel
so that's
like
like weird in concept.
The idea of the parking lot and an idea, I can see like an old motel so vividly. For some reason, like motels, like I associate that so much. Like I
Oh.
see those rooms. I
Yeah.
know those rooms.
Like Bates Motel kind of like weirdness.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm like, that doesn't give me good vibes. That's the only one that I'm like, I resonate with you.
I think
Motels.
a parking lot would freak me out. I think I'm more scared of parking lots than I think of. I am.
Really? I'm more scared of motels.
Yeah. Just like it's like 3 a.m. at Walmart. You're by yourself.
Oh, okay.
No one's around.
The light
are-
flickering.
And
Yeah.
then you see somebody from afar.
You just see someone standing under the light
Yeah. Ooh,
and it flickers.
like the SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
It's like he's right behind you.
He's right behind me. Izzy. No. Fear.
Yeah, so should you find your way in the back rooms, you should also be aware that sometimes there are others there with you.
Ooh.
Others who may be wanderers like yourself, but others who, unlike yourself, have not recently found their way into the back rooms, but rather they've always been there.
Ooh. Okay. So my question is, you might already answer this the deeper you go into this,
Yeah.
but how do you get into the back rooms? Is that something we're getting into? Okay,
yeah,
good.
they talk about how like you can get like inside them.
Okay, so I'm like, I need
Which
to
is
pee.
really cool. It's this idea of I want to make sure I get it right, so I'm gonna scroll ahead so I know I don't want to get yelled at by somebody.
Somebody.
Oh, it's called no clipping.
Okay.
That's how you get there. It's called no clipping, and we'll get into what that means.
A little sneak peek.
A little no clipping.
No clipping.
No clipping. No cliff diving over here. But yeah, they're usually not human. They're like creatures that live in the back
Great.
rooms, and that's like their home. That's
Do
their
they all
land.
have like human faces?
Some of them do. Like some of them can look human, but they aren't human at all. And if you see them, you have to avoid them. If at all possible, you run.
Imagine it smiles at you. I think I would throw up.
There's been some videos of that, like where they're like doing that, and they're like, "Hey, what's
Ooh,
up?"
that like makes me sick. I feel like their eyes would just be hollow and they'd have like this
Yeah.
eerie smile.
Do you know the
No.
one? Did you see that one TikTok I sent you of that talking raccoon thing that was singing a song in a pizzeria?
I'm having vague memories of this, yes. You sent me so many
Some of those
TikToks.
creatures are like that, kind of. Like with that
Okay.
little red human face, but he looked like a raccoon and he's
Okay.
singing some
Oh,
Frank
yeah.
Sinatra song.
I'm
Yeah.
remembering.
You're remembering? Yeah, I love
Ew.
sending you weird
He
stuff.
said, I remember the trauma. I don't remember.
But yeah, it's best you avoid them if possible. If you hear them, head the other direction as quietly as you can.
Eee, gross. Okay.
Yeah, so that's just like a
Understood.
quick mythos of back rooms, like what to do when you're in there.
Like, part of me
What
is
to
like, yeah,
do.
I'd love to do this. But then I'd
I
see
would
that kind of
love
stuff,
it.
and then I'm like, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe I would hate it.
I like the mystery of it. Like, ooh, this would be so cool to see what these places are.
Yeah.
And then I'd see something and I'd start crying and be like, I want to go home.
Well, there are like some I've heard safe back rooms you can go into.
Okay, so the playground ones, are they safe?
I think those are the most evil
Great.
of the bunch.
Fantastic. Nice to
I think you hear children crying in there. I think that's one
That's
of the
the
main
bit?
things is that you can hear
Ew.
children's crying.
Great.
So we're gonna now talk about the back rooms as it relates to our reality outside the mythos. So the back rooms are a meme that grew into a collaborative fictional project, one which anyone is free to contribute to or engage with in whatever way or ways they find the most meaningful. The back rooms themselves don't actually exist, but when you're engaging with them in their extensive mythos, as a reader, as a writer, as an artist, etc., it's best to play by what people genuinely see as no sleep rules. Have you ever heard of no sleep rules?
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of just the idea of while you're here, everything is real, even if it isn't.
Okay.
So it's like when you put your disbelief aside when you're watching a movie, or you're
Okay.
playing a video game, like,
Okay.
or you're like when you're a little kid and you're imagining things.
Okay.
It's like everything is real in this moment.
like just believing it.
Yeah. So that is the backrooms may not exist as a real physical place, but you'll get the most out of the experience if you willingly suspend your disbelief and
Okay.
treat them as real while you're reading about them, writing about them, or otherwise immersing yourself within them. It's just more fun.
I feel like there's such a clear line between like imagination and then this being possibly something paranormal, because
Yeah.
I feel like the more power you give something that's potentially paranormal,
Yeah.
it's going to like manifest itself into something dark, in my humble
Right, it
opinion.
could,
so I'm
could,
like,
yeah.
I would be afraid to be like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna manifest. I'm just gonna like believe all this stuff is real, because then I feel like
Yeah.
I'm inviting something really creepy to come and
Yeah.
be like, Tiffany,
I mean,
hey bestie. Yeah.
some of them are like creepy pasta stuff, but I've like just seen it on like TikTok before when like people have done like backrooms talk. They'll like be in the comments saying things that like I tried it and I hated it, because it's like
Okay.
imagine like when you're in one of those like immersion tanks and you have
Yeah.
nothing but your thoughts. If
Oh,
you
like
put
a
yourself-
sensory deprivation tank?
Yeah,
thing?
like
Okay.
if you're doing something similar to that with like a back room, it's kind of like it could freak you out. Like if
Okay.
you suspend yourself so much and you put yourself in this phenomenon of the back rooms, it's like can be scary.
Now, is this similar to, what's that sleep thing called? I talk about it all the time. When you
Astral projection?
Astral projection. Is this similar, something like that? You would be projecting yourself into something, essentially?
Yeah, basically.
Kind of
It's
vibe?
like projecting yourself like into things. Because obviously it's like the Backrooms like idea was like created through the internet. Like we have no proof if it is or isn't real, but we know that it's like fictional to the internet. But it's how like people do pretend you're at like some type of movie place or some type of thing like that, you know? Like, I'm gonna pretend I'm in the Land of Oz or Jurassic Park or what's a third thing that has nothing to do with the turf?
A motel?
A hotel.
Yeah.
A motel.
A motel.
A parking lot.
Yeah.
Cars Universe.
Ooh, good one.
Ooh.
That'd be a good one.
Ka-chow.
Ciao.
But yeah, it's kind of like that
Okay.
idea. Yeah.
Now I'm like, do I want to do it? I'm back and forth.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that the Backrooms have a level system to them that we're going to talk
Okay,
about.
all right. They said easy mode.
Right. So there's 3 levels to the system. There's 3 like canon ideas of the Backrooms. They're like completely different systems. We're going to talk about the main system, which is like the second one.
Okay.
And then I'll go back to the first and last one because they're like
Not as good.
not as fun.
Okay.
But the main structure of the Backrooms is one of the most common systems is known as the 3-level system. So that's different from the
What you
3.
just said. Okay.
Yes, to make any confusion, the second system is called the 3-level system.
They said, let's make it sound almost identical to confuse people.
You see why this was 44 pages.
I'm understanding.
As you might expect, this system posits that there are 3 levels to the Backrooms. The first level, which consists of the quintessential Backrooms environment of just yellow hallways, manky carpets, buzzing lights, and an endless degree of labyrinths. Just never ending, you will never escape kind of stuff.
This reminds me a lot of freshman year. I was having a lot of weird sleep issues, and I kept having these dreams of like these hallways. I think like you're already understanding what I'm saying. But I kept like in my dreams I would see these hallways that like just kept getting longer and longer and longer and longer, and you could never get to the end of it. And so I wrote a short film based on it.
Oh.
But I don't think I ever made it that I know of.
Yeah,
but
no,
I was
remember
inspired
you
by
writing
it.
about that.
But the endless hallway was part of the dream.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about how we could try to, like, do it, I think. Because you said you wanted to do it one day, and I remember we had a conversation about that. Wow,
Yeah.
you pulled that far out of my memory.
Yeah, well, I vaguely put it in my, like, first film I made at Point Park.
Yes,
And,
the sleep one.
yeah, but there was a scene I ended up just putting clocks instead, like a bunch of clocks along in a hallway. But, like, there was no way for me to understand as a freshman, like, how to make the camera effect to go all the way down, 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 down.
Yeah.
But so cool.
That's not where I thought you were going with it. I thought you were going to say, for me personally, our
Yeah.
freshman dorm room could have been a back room.
Yeah.
It's like yellow lighting. It's an old 1920s hotel that they refurbished for us.
Yeah.
No AC, buzzing sounds.
It was real creepy in there.
You just hear random people all the time,
That-
but you don't see them.
That place, or even, like, on a campus, like the place where they have the laundry room.
Oh my
The
god.
laundry room in a college campus isn't right.
Remember when it flooded?
Yeah, I remember when it flooded. Also, I have videos of me freshman year going inside of the washers and dryers.
Guys, this is such a side thing, but was it freshman year it flooded, the laundry room?
I think it was freshman year.
I think our freshman year, our laundry room in the dorm we were staying at flooded. Like, it was like water was pouring out of like a pipe or something, right? And
a bunch
it was,
of pipes burst and like all the floors were flooded.
and we were going to look at them. Like, I remember we went through the elevators and people would be looking at it.
It is not right. There was like some actual deep water. Like it was
Yeah,
concerning.
it was like so deep.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
like crazy deep, but like it shouldn't have been at my ankle.
Concerningly deep.
Yeah, like for a college freshman dorm.
Now imagine that, but it's the back rooms. Imagine college freshman dorm.
All
Long
all
hallway.
dorms, all college freshman dorms. are
Haunted.
haunted back rooms.
Haunted back rooms.
Haunted, terrifying back rooms.
Yes.
So the second level of this 3-level system,
Yeah.
of the second of the 3,
Okay.
which is darker and more dangerous than the first, and sometimes appears much more industrial, as we had talked about. So it's that idea of like the pipes and everything.
Okay.
So the second level is like level 1, but kind of more like futuristic.
Ooh, like steampunk vibe.
Yeah, kind
Okay.
of. Like if you were to take like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And then Legend of Korra Steampunk.
And then Legend of Korra
Okay.
is level 2.
I'm understanding.
Exactly. So
Hey,
you get
yeah.
it.
I was like, I
You get
understand
it.
your levels here. Okay.
And the third, which is the darkest of them all, is the most industrial and the most dangerous of the 3, and therefore almost certain to kill you if you descend into it. So if you get to the 3rd level, you're like, I can survive this.
No.
Probably can't. You
Got it. Okay.
You will die.
So that's the Azula reboot then.
Yeah, basically.
In terms, so that all works really nicely actually.
Wow. Yeah. You know
Actually
what?
fantastic.
The
Azula.
Backrooms are just like
Avatar.
the Avatar universe. Wow. There you go.
You heard it here first, folks.
But
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go in the third one. I'm kind
no,
of scared.
I wouldn't go into like the first one even, because it sounds like it's never ending. And it's like, how do you plane there? I'd be like, nope, no, thank
Just
you.
once. I just want to go for like 2 minutes, but like 2 minutes of our time, and also
Yeah.
2 minutes of their time.
Yeah, like respect my time. I'll respect yours.
Yeah, like
I
put
will
a
kindly
timer
leave.
on me. 2 minutes for sure.
Exactly.
The real 2 minutes.
Yeah. So the other 2 systems include a first system that is a little more bare bones. So
Okay.
that's all there really was to it, is that like it's the idea of the second system, but more bare, less
Okay.
interesting, less graphic.
Okay.
In detail.
It's very plain.
Very plain. Like this room that we're in right now, kind of. Like imagine if all the furniture was gone and stuff. It's kind of like that. Like there's nothing
Okay.
interesting.
So it's similar to like some of those empty office rooms that you were showing. The like
Yes.
office.
yeah,
places.
but with no like detailed items. It's
Yeah.
just plain Jane spaces.
Ew.
Parking lot, no cars, no monsters, no nothing. Just bare bones of like you're just stuck somewhere, like a purgatory.
Ew, yeah. That
which
is
is-
purgatory vibes.
Yeah, which is gross and weird, but not as fun.
Don't some people think that purgatory is the back rooms?
I think there are some, yeah.
Because I was gonna say that actually sounds familiar to me. I don't know. I can't help but want to go, but everything
Yeah.
inside me is like, Tiffany, don't even think about it. Ooh.
Well, maybe you'll want to do the last system of the 3.
Okay, okay.
Which is the extended lore. So in this system, there are an infinite number of levels, and they're
Oh.
all different, and no one knows how far down they will go.
Great.
So, like, it's just like, they're just infinite numbers of, like, places and things. So that's more of the fun idea of the backrooms, like, your little playground you want to go to.
Yeah, I want to go.
I think they call it the extended lore because, like, it means that, like, I think it's the one the internet uses the most because
Yeah.
it's, like, anything, anywhere, anyone can
All
be
at
a
once?
back room.
Okay.
Yes, literally that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Cher probably has a back room, right?
Wow. Pirate
Like, she's
chair.
like, hey! Oh, yeah,
a pirate.
Chair has one. She goes, arg!
I'm a pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of just the idea of multiverses.
Ooh, so
all at
Spider-Man.
once. Yes.
Okay, Mike. Another
Black
question
Mirror.
is, now, are there video games for this yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Bunch of them.
you got to give me that list after. I mean, list them on here too, but like, tell me when I'm like able
I
to
had
write
to
it down.
cut them from this.
No.
That was part of it.
Okay, well,
But
tell me
yes,
after at least, because I need to know.
Yeah, if you look at like Wikipedia, because Wikipedia doesn't hurt nobody. That's where you can find like a bunch of the games they've done for Backrooms. And
Okay.
I know we've talked about before, but A24 is doing a Backrooms film, which that'll be
Yay,
fun.
That's so exciting.
That's gonna be real interesting.
Yay!
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about where the backrooms come from in terms of the mythos. So the origins of the backrooms remain unknown. They haven't been able to dig up much lore on the subject at all, but the best that's been found is theories and unconfirmed information page on an old fandom wiki, but it is given that this wiki is full of vandalism and considered obsolete now, which means like a bunch of internet trolls like
Oh.
wrecked this wiki down.
That's sad.
So it may not have the most reliable sources. For whatever it's worth, at the time of this article that was being released, the theories page suggests that the backrooms could be some kind of collective dream
Whoa.
or a government initiative.
Whoa.
Da, da, da.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's like
intrigued.
turning it on its head. Like, what's the
Ooh.
right?
I
Because
don't
it
know.
kind of gives Polybius a bit.
Yeah, I don't know which one of those I like more, honestly, because I love the idea
It's
of
like both.
like the government did something to like affect our
government astral projecting.
Yeah. Like,
Ooh,
what?
That'd be fun.
But also, you know me and my love of dreams and what those mean and ooh. Oh,
Right?
okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like, but the concept of it still remains a little bit unknown. But a lot of people have just decided that some questions of where they come from are just best left unanswered. Like, it's
Okay.
better to just,
Leave it be.
where did it come from? Kind of. I like to
okay.
think it's like maybe a Stranger Things situation.
Yeah,
like
the
different
government's shutting down.
dimension.
Imagine if people
Yeah.
found out answers and they shut them down. Like how the Men in Black come when you find out alien things, like secrets of the government with aliens. The Men in Black come when you start to know too much about the back rooms, and they're all like, "We will get you and your family if you tell more people."
If you tell more people,
I don't know why
where
the
we
Men in
are.
Black why they would talk like that. They're all like, "Yeah, we're gonna get your family and your kids."
That's good.
I'm all like, talking all small.
Yeah. So the back rooms are located within the mythos. They're located not to freak you out.
Okay.
But anywhere in time and space. Just
Great.
there, everywhere, everywhere. Everywhere.
Imagine it's in parallel with this room right now.
It might be.
Gung, 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 gung.
What if we
We are the parallel,
teleport right now? Like, zzz,
and we're here.
right?
To whoever is listening, you have just entered the back room dimension.
You have entered the back rooms. But outside the mythos, this is really fun actually, is that no one knows where people have found some of the photographs they use for the back rooms. That's actually part
Okay.
of the mystery.
Ooh.
It's like, so people, like, obviously people do like art design for some, but some of
Yeah.
the ones I showed you were like realistic looking, like super photorealistic, and people are like, where did people find this image? And no one has been able to confirm where they are.
Ew, that's kind of creepy.
Right? Some have been like office buildings in like Montana. It says here an address on Main Street in Ogdensburg, New York. The article writer said wherever that is, maybe in Canada, no idea. They just have not sure. There's no definitive answer of any backrooms image that has been
That's-
shared on the internet.
That's actually crazy because I know it's like, oh well,
It's the
people
internet.
people can take pictures of whatever, but it's also like people on the internet are nuts and can be like, here's this photograph of this couch.
Yeah.
And that couch was made in 1963 by
Yeah.
this manufacturer, and it was only manufactured to 8 people in the entire world.
Right.
So only this person in this place. Like they track
They
down
find it.
every single little element
Yeah.
to like narrow it down to what it could be. So the
Yeah.
fact that all of these places are kind of like, we don't
Yeah.
know where this came from seems a little crazy for like
Yeah.
this day and age of people knowing what's happening. Like,
Yeah. Have
Ugh.
you heard of the I think we've talked about it before because it was a part of that YouTuber we really liked, the Please Find Me guy.
Oh,
like him.
yeah.
And how the internet like found where he was, and it
Yeah.
was like some random small village, I think in like Poland or something. And it was really hard because it was like, I think they said that village in Poland had like no internet or something. It was something
Wow.
weird,
That, like,
but the
there's no
internet
way.
found it. They found
Because
where
they're
he
smart
was.
and crazy.
They're crazy, and so it's
No.
just like so weird to me that like they have
No idea?
no idea where these photos get taken.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if you like print screen something from like Google Maps or something, and
Yeah.
post it and be like, look, a back room.
Yeah, or like
find
someone
it.
like created it, like AI type situation. But the only
Yeah.
weird thing is so many people find it familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just
That's
like
what makes
odd
it strange to me.
because let me show you a comparison, just like real quick, because it's like so
Yeah.
weird because the comparison pictures are like kind of close, but then they're not at all. Like
what people think the rooms look like versus.
yeah, like this person found this room,
Ew.
but then there's like this room, and they like don't seem like
The same.
close at all, but this is the closest that they could find like on the internet of like
Ew.
where these places are. Like this is a real picture
Yeah.
of somewhere, and no one knows. No one can figure out where this is.
No, that's really messed up. Because I feel
Isn't
like
that
something
weird?
like the images Logan is showing me, I feel like they could at least track down maybe the wallpaper or something. Like
Yeah,
there's
they'll do
some like
something
tiny
with
little
it.
details. I feel like someone has to know. I don't know. That gives me the creeps. I feel like that's very similar to like that one guy that people always post that meme about that are like, this man appeared in your dreams. Like, remember that guy?
Yes.
That like black and white photo that everyone just recognized for whatever reason. Like, this man's in your dreams. It's like, well, how do we all recognize that man?
Yeah,
Because
no,
I
it's
do,
like-
and I know you guys do. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It can't all be fake.
And that's why, like, I wanted to do this one too, because, like, even though it is like a internet phenomenon,
It's
there's still
still-
like mystery to it.
It's like, what is it?
Where do people on Reddit find these pictures?
Why do we
They scare
recognize
me.
them? Why are we
do they
so scared of
recognize
them? It's a picture of an office building. Why are we so afraid?
I'm terrified of fluorescent light.
I'm scared. Ew.
Are you ready to learn how to get in the back rooms?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Don't convince me with a good time. Yeah. Okay.
All right, how to get into the back rooms.
Okay.
So, getting inside the back rooms is done by a thing called no clipping, a term you're probably familiar with, particularly if you spend a lot of time playing video games. Originally meant for use by developers as a way to test games, if you need to get to a specific area to see how a certain level or a convention is operating inside a game, it's a lot faster if you can just zip your way there without needing to fight through the full level first. It gained popularity in the 1990s as a player cheat by entering a debug code of a game or pulling up its developer console, and you could input a code that would enable a no-clip mode, thereby allowing you to skip through as many levels as you want at extremely literal way. With no
Okay.
clip mode on, the player character can literally walk through walls and solid objects.
Ooh. That's a big cheat.
Yeah, that's like crazy. Mm-hmm. Like just to think about like that idea, because there's like a whole like crap ton of like creepypastas about like video games and like finding like weird bugs and things and like being able to do stuff like that.
Ew.
Like
Well, it's like a whole entire side of it, because like it's stuff you're not supposed to
Yeah.
see. So like
That's a whole
programmers could have put
episode.
I know.
that's a whole
Programmers could have put
episode.
crazy stuff in there. We don't know about it.
Right? But in the context of the backrooms, the term applies not to a player character in a video game walking through something within a code that's meant to function as solid, but to actual humans phasing through walls or other solid objects or environmental elements. And as they do, they are moving from realities of the actual world into the non-reality of the back rooms. Hence the phrase, no clipping out of reality. So you could walk through to your bathroom right now and you could just be in a back room.
Don't say that.
Not to freak you out,
You're
but
gonna make me spiral like that. Don't say stuff like
yeah,
that.
there's a video online that explains them about how like this girl was like pressing a bunch of buttons on an elevator and the girl was fed up with the guy, so she like pushed him like off the elevator. And once the doors closed, he was in like the back rooms.
Ew. Wait, is that similar to like that like elevator game?
Yes.
Is that
yes.
supposed to be where it takes you?
That's like what I've like when I watched that video. I had the same thought about the elevator game.
Okay.
So it was like
Ooh.
a whole thing for me. I was like, wait. I was like, pieces are piecing, puzzles are puzzling,
Puzzles are puzzling.
corners
Ew.
are cornering.
Elevators have never sat right with me. They never sat right with me. That's so scary.
Never get on an elevator.
Don't do it unless you want to go to the back rooms.
There's a
No.
reason they're called the Tower of Terror.
For real.
For real.
For real. Ew.
So there isn't a single prescribed way to trigger it. It can just happen for no clear reason and without the person who experiencing it having any control over it. Yeah, so regardless, once you get to the back rooms, you'll most likely find yourself in the multiple level of systems. So there's different levels to it. You start at level 0 and you can like work your way up to infinity.
That's nuts.
Basically. It's like crazy to think about. So the levels are divided up into 3 different categories. There's normal levels, there's sub levels, which are typically located between levels, so it'll be like a resting area or something. So say like, okay, I just completed level 6 and you're about to go to level 7. You stop at level 6.3 It's like a coffee room or something.
Okay.
Like kind of like it's a in-between place for levels inside an in-between
So it's
place.
a safer place? Question mark?
Yes,
Okay.
they're usually a safer space to go to.
Okay.
But from what I've heard, not to make you more anxious, you can't stay in them forever.
Oh, no.
Or someone will
Come find you?
come looking for you.
Ew. Why are they looking for me in the first place? Weirdos.
They just want to torture you. That's all it is.
Who's the who?
Them, Tiffany,
those
them.
people.
Them. They're trying to.
Well, they better stop. They better stop. Ew.
Me talking about my non-binary friend.
They better stop. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the last one is Yeah, the last ones of this are impossible levels, which are secret levels.
Ooh.
And they don't have an ordinal placement. So they're not numbered, and they're hard to pinpoint where they are in relation to other levels.
Great. So they can just be thrown in randomly?
You can just be thrown into them. Isn't that weird?
Ooh, I don't like that.
Like-
You think you're safe. No. Wrong.
It could just be level question mark? Level infinity?
You're
or
going
it
down
may-
a slide in one of them and suddenly you're in like fire.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Like Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno are back rooms!
In this economy?
We are cracking codes left
are
and right.
cracking
This
the
is what we do
codes.
here. This is what
Also,
we do.
my brain was questioning this. What's that? I can't remember the name of this because I'm a silly goose. Like when you like zone out very deeply. What's that called again?
Dissociation.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, but I
do
don't
that
want to. I don't
often.
want to freak people out who do this because I do this too. But if you get freaked out about that, stop listening. But my brain was like, what if when you're disassociating, you're actually putting yourself in the back room, and that's why you kind of like black out for a second? Because I'm telling you, there's sometimes that like I'll be like, imagine like you're on your walk to work. You don't remember you don't remember walking to work. You're just at work.
Yeah.
What if that entire time you were just like,
Whoa. Like you teleport and then you're coming
yeah,
back.
because there's times I do that and I'm like, whoa, that like really freaks me out. I didn't remember any of that. Like I'll just have like a whole span of time. I'm like, that's not good, but like, what if?
Then I'm
yeah.
going to the back rooms a lot.
Yeah, and like I don't want to freak people out that have that because it's sad that we have to deal with it, but like
Maybe
it's
it's
scary.
fun, you
Maybe
know?
it's fun, but
Maybe-
people who get scared of that stop being
The next time you black out, you're like, oh, I was in the back room.
LOL.
That's so
I
fun.
remember the last 2 minutes, but I was in the back rooms.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
in the script, it was talking about how the guy passed out and he woke up back in the place.
See, it's when you're doing all that. Disassociating.
What if that's what deja vu is? Like you experience something in a back room.
Ew, 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 ew. No.
What if everyone listening to this podcast right now is in the back room right now? And they
What
have
if,
no
wait,
idea?
you want to know something even creepier? Okay, I'm going
Yeah.
to freak you out. Okay, what if this recording was made in the back room and it's been released to you guys, but it's actually from the back rooms?
Oh my god! Like we're help us!
Help us, we're in the
Help
back rooms.
us.
This is Backrooms Radio
This is Backrooms Radio
This
coming at you live.
from the Mystery Files studio. Oh,
Oh, save me.
help me, please.
I mean, that's very possible because
Yeah.
the other thing I was going to bring up is that there's different levels in like specific environments that can happen with the Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the ones that have been used have been like the suburbs of just like any place, so even outside here.
Fair. Fair.
A jungle. This one's funny. A Chuck E. Cheese style pizza restaurant
Yeah, I
with an
get it.
arcade called Roller. Why did I say roller like roller? Roller Rockin' Pizza.
Roller Rockin' Pizza.
The levels are of varying degrees of safety, with the safest levels filed under a class system of Class 1 and the most dangerous being filed under a Class 5. So people have started classing levels. So, like, level 2 could be a Class 5 if it wanted to be. There's no...
Ooh.
it gets harder as you go. It just is.
Wow.
Isn't that
Ew.
fun?
You like saying all this stuff about like the Chuck E. Cheese and everything like that. I'm now realizing that so many of these like cute like retro places are actually like really freaky if you think about them like in terms of back rooms. Like
Yeah.
imagine like an old movie theater with like that really specific carpeting or like an empty roller rink.
Yeah.
Like there's certain places you're just like, oh wait,
Yeah.
that's like cool in theory, but also that'd be really freaky just to see like empty and like all weird lighting and stuff. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. And that was actually part of like the research I was like doing for this is that, again, like even though the backrooms is like just a concept, it's it hits a weird nostalgic part of people's brains, and
Yeah.
that's why like it's so eerie, because it's like you said, like a empty movie theater or a drive-in at like in the summer
Yeah.
at like 11 p.m. Just like weird niche nostalgic things you feel, or like how it smelled to be in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
You know, like, or how it felt to put like roller skates on.
Yeah.
Like just weird stuff.
It's just weird because you want to think like, oh my gosh, that is so nostalgic, but it's
Yeah.
like so unsettling for some reason.
Ooh.
Like there's no specific reason you can pinpoint, but like you look at it and you're
Yeah.
like uneasy.
I actually just thought of another one that you can
Yeah.
relate
What
to.
one? What one?
A back room that would freak me out.
Yeah.
You ready? Church basement.
Whoo, yeah.
Carpets.
Yeah.
And you have the potlucks
You got
with
the-
all
yeah.
the people.
You got
but
that
it's just
coffee.
you and the coffee smell
Ew.
and the styrofoam white
Ew,
cups.
you ready to hear this? You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
The chalk on the little vacation Bible school thing
No.
with the Bible verses.
Oh my God! You're
I'm
going
afraid.
downstairs to go to your Bible study class while everyone does mass upstairs.
Mm-hmm. There's colorful blocks.
Oh my God! Why do they all have colorful blocks?
Why are they also colorful?
There's Jesus storybooks. There's Veggie Tales VHS.
You VeggieTales is playing on repeat.
Oh my God! Oh,
What? I'm gonna throw up. What?
this is one you're gonna
Yeah.
freak out about.
I'm scared.
There's rows of foldable metal chairs. Just up against the wall. You have to pull them out for everyone to sit for the dinners or for you to go to
Ew.
class.
I feel like now I'm just scared of the past. Is that what's happening now?
I think that's part of
Now
it.
I'm just finding a little fear of the past. Now, okay, imagine this. Now I'm just making up weird scenarios. Imagine, well, you wouldn't have this, you're homeschooled.
Yeah.
But all the
Wow.
rest of the people out there, when they rolled out that nice
Typical.
little old TV in your little room,
I had
That's
that
cool.
when I was like in school for 2 years before I was homeschooled.
they had that in high school for you?
No, when I was in 2nd grade.
Oh, I didn't know you were in... See, I
Yeah.
didn't know you were in school in 2nd grade. You were holding
Yeah.
out. So you understand.
Yeah, like when they brought it in, I'd watch Fantasia. I was like,
Wow.
"Whoa,
They rolled in
Fantasia."
that TV. You had some Bill Nye playing up in
Mm-hmm.
there. But play that creepy music in the background. Suddenly you're afraid.
Oh my God, he's trying to tell you how to get out.
Bill Nye the science guy. Yeah, be afraid. Science. You're welcome.
So the last part I'm going to get into before the conclusion
Yeah.
is that we're going to talk about entities of the back rooms, some different
Ooh.
creatures.
Bill Nye's number one.
Bill Nye is number one.
Bill Nye.
The fear of growing up is the other.
I mean, there's gotta be a
the
part.
lion.
Logan, you scared me. Don't do that. That was actually scary. I was actually afraid. When you roll that clip back, watch with the true fear in my eyes, because that hurt a little bit.
There's a lion poster behind.
Were you actually afraid? I can't trust nothing no more. I don't trust the back rooms. I don't trust Logan. I don't trust myself. I don't trust my memories.
Welcome to the new season, everybody.
You know who else I don't trust? These entities.
Real. So there are some helpful entities that could help you, including one just called the Artist. You can locate her on level 57, and if you abide by her rules, she'll gladly stock you up with supplies and show you the way to move onward. So she'll give you food, rations, and show you which way you need to go to get to the next level. She's a kind.
Ooh,
Creature.
okay. So someone nice. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Others, however,
Great.
well, let's just say that you'll want to make sure you don't ever get close enough to see them. One of them is the Smilers, for
Great.
example. They just like to smile.
Yeah.
They can be found on nearly every single level. If you see a smiling face that looks like something a child might have drawn,
Great.
glowing at you out of the darkness, you found one.
Ew.
And it's best to back away slowly and quietly. And they attack when wanderers panic and retreat or make
man.
loud noises.
So they're coming at us immediately. If we're both there,
yeah. I just screamed
there's
about
no
a
way.
lion
Yeah,
poster.
there's no way we're gonna
dead.
survive in there.
We're
great,
done.
great. Oh, man.
Yeah, so no one knows what they look like up close because no one's been able to see them up close and live to tell about it.
That's so scary.
They just see it from afar. And then the other one we'll talk about is like, this is just a really silly one. This goes in par with what you're talking about with the playground stuff.
Okay.
These ones are called party goers. And they are particularly crafty in how they attract prey. So they make birthday parties or like jungle gyms or playgrounds. And they'll attack you if you go and enjoy yourself or like have fun. Like they're a demon called party goers.
Ew. Stop. Imagine they threw a birthday party at the roller rink.
Oh, well.
I would be unwell. I'd be unwell.
We're in the church basement and Jesus is like, hey,
It's my birthday. Merry Christmas.
out. And then he's like, he pulls a knife, he goes, I got you.
I'm actually Satan.
I'm actually Satan.
I'm not Jesus.
I'm
Joke's
not
on
Jesus. How could you think that? You're in a back room.
Logan, I swear, my
What
brain.
if you go to heaven and it's the back rooms?
Is this the bad place? No. Logan, the way my brain is way too visual because when you were talking about Jesus being down there, my brain, I need help actually. My brain was imagining that he was like, I'm Jesus, and then he came closer and he got like a creepy smile on his face, and then he pulled a zipper and he was just a demon crawling out of Jesus's body.
It's just a million little spiders. Like,
Jesus unzips his entire body and the spiders just crawl out. Oh, I think we need a lot of therapy.
It's just one giant spider.
Wait, isn't there a spider? What's that scary godmother movie?
Scary Godmother?
It's that spider crawling out of Jesus' unzipped body. We need so much therapy.
It's only human.
The insurance better start paying. That's all I gotta say. I got years to rack up on.
Oh no, why am I listening? Have you ever seen Total Drama Island at all?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, there's this clip of like the contestant Izzy in a giant spider costume. It's just her.
It's that. Yeah. It's getting so much worse.
And you unzip it and it's Izzy.
I love God. I have to keep saying this. I don't want to invite those demons up in here, but that's pretty funny.
It's pretty good.
That's kind of a comedy.
The devil's a pretty funny guy.
That's Satan? You might be onto something. Just kidding. I love God. JK. I love Jesus. Anywho, I gotta stop talking before I start getting blasphemized.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think of the back rooms?
I'm really trying to decide. I want to go to one of the easy ones, but I feel like I'd easily slip down into the really bad one. Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
I don't know if I can handle that.
I feel like you and I could make some really
good memories.
Twisted back rooms if we wanted to.
For real,
like,
yeah.
anonymously post them.
Yeah.
We'd probably mess up some kids.
For real. Wait, if I end up ever learning how to play, what's that green game, Minecraft? If I ever learn how to play Minecraft, I'll build some really creepy backrooms on there.
Well, I'm sure there's like backroom levels in Minecraft.
There has to be.
The kids nowadays love their Minecraft.
Those Minecrafty kids. I played once and Michael yelled at me, so I stopped playing forever. That's life.
How boys are with their video games.
I know.
Yeah.
They say, "Hey, you woman, you can't play," and then you never play again. Trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Maybe, maybe not. I'm kind of scared. I do believe it for real. I really do believe it. There's too much familiarity there.
Yeah, the whole like nostalgia thing I think is true of like the fear with it. Well, how do you feel about the actual grounded reality of like the photographs? I think that's really weird.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, you can't
find it.
It
makes me feel like they are real because like why has no one been able to find them?
Yeah, it's very unsettling, and it makes it even more believable that it's real.
Yeah. For me, I think like I really. Like, I don't wish it was real, because I think the idea that you don't get a choice to go into it terrifies me.
Yeah.
But if I had the option to go when I wanted to go, I would 100% believe it. And I would go whenever, like, I felt like it. That would be fun. Like a labyrinth you get to choose to do. But
I agree.
Just the fact that, like, we could be one right now and we don't know it.
Well, that's the whole idea of simulation. That we still have to visit someday, because that's what this reminds me of a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Like, we're living in a simulation.
Glitching through the table right now?
Yeah. Beep boop bop. We literally saw a guy walking on the street earlier, and we could have swore he was a sim.
A sim or a GTA character.
Well, it's just the way he was walking. Like, he walked so swiftly, like one of those characters, and then he, like, turned so, like, crazy, and then walked the other way like it was nothing. Like, turned his head, didn't look anywhere, just looked straight on. I was like, I'm scared of you, my guy.
He did that weird video game thing where, like, your head is, like, tilted up just a little bit, but you're looking forward. I was like, girl, where are you looking?
But he wasn't looking at anything. I'm like,
there was nothing there.
His eyes were hollow. I was afraid.
I was scared.
So, that guy, he's walking through his back rooms. I'm
He
scared.
glitched.
He literally
He glitched
glitched.
in the Matrix.
Oh, I'm gonna spiral after this episode. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank
There's
you.
one thing we do here. It's spiral.
This is the summer tapes.
All right, so conclusion time. Yeah. So now that you have a little more context about where the backrooms came from, you really ought to keep searching for an escape back to reality. Finding the way home is almost impossible, and the shadows can keep inching closer. Are you scared? Once you have entered the backrooms, there does not appear to be a way to return to your original world at first. But if you find yourself in them, you'd best get comfortable, or as comfortable as you can at least. Because odds are, you're going to be here for a while. But I guess we will never truly know what lies in the backrooms. It will forever remain a mystery. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
It's a lovely first episode of the summer tapes.
Yes.
Amazing job. I'm afraid.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I did such a good job editing. It was so good.
So good. You scared us all deeply.
I'm eating these cases lately.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I'm eating a little
Scum
bit.
diddly-umptious. Yes.
But we'll see you guys next time for Tiffany's
For
case.
my case, we will see you then.
Yes.
But stay creepy, stay spooky, stay safe.
Yes, please follow us on all the socials. I won't have to repeat them. You should know. You
should
know better.
And if you don't know,
Please
now you know.
subscribe if you're watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, comment. If you're listening on any of your podcast streaming services, please rate us a 5 and leave a
Yeah,
review.
we'd
It'll
love it.
help us so much.
Thanks.
And in the meantime, don't get stuck in any back rooms. And if you do,
Good luck.
stream this episode. We'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Jesus, spider.